my God, y'all. I am so shocked. I am so shocked. All right. This battle I just finished watching. RUM NITTY versus T-Top. Okay, so here we go. First of all, I just want to start off by saying that RUM NITTY did have an Al Capone shirt on. I just want to say that for the record, okay? Okay, so RUM NITTY starts off first. He says something like, I put shells in the gun with the earplugs. I'm bear hunting. You know, he say a bar like that. I kind of messed it up. He said something like that. Something about putting shells in the gun, then have the earplugs in his ear. I'm bear hunting, which was fire. I didn't get the whole exact bar, but something like that. Then this next bar was super fire. I love. If the bear even lift a paw, it'll be poor bearers lifting. I thought that was nasty, y'all. You know they call T-Top the bear, okay? And you know bears have paws, and poor bearers, basically you dead in the casket. That's when the poor bearers, you know, lift the casket out of the funeral parlor. Next bar I liked. I should zip you up, but in a duffel bag for how you played your circle. He was talking about how, you know, him and Bridge started off together and how it's whack, and that he showed unloyalty, basically, that T-Top was unloyal for him to not stay with Bridge and for them to part ways and be on different teams. So when he said something like that, that's when that bar came. I should zip you up, but in a duffel bag for how you played your circle. Then he say another bar. I didn't get the whole bar, but he said something like, you so dope to your mama? And then he say something up, and he was like, that's the main reason why niggas something. I didn't catch it, but you know this is the first watch, so I'm gonna watch it again. Next bar, he says, you told Smack no because the money wasn't right. You should have told your mama something. So yo, he was going at it. He kept staying on that mama angle too. And then the last bar he said that I liked was something like airplane mode. The signal is dropping shit. But he said the signal is dropping. So that was a play on word for the sig. You know, a sig sauer is a gun. And this nose, which is the point, you know, the end of a sig sauer, the nose of the sig sauer. So the way he said it was fire, y'all. The way he said it was nice. So next, the next one was T-Top, round one. So that first round, you know, I thought he was pretty good. You know, this was kind of like a warm-up round to me. He seemed a little nervous, but he had some pretty good bars, you know. So he started off, you know, pretty well. He set the bar good, pretty much. So now T-Top goes, this is his first round. He says something like, I'ma leave rum on the rocks and I ain't chasing nothing. I thought that was nice. You know, rum is a liquor and it's no chaser. You know, I thought that was nice. Then he says something like, sharpshooter. I need a plague for the K like it's gingivitis. I thought that was nice. Next bar he said, then he was talking about, you know how T-Top is. He always do a real talk and angles and stuff. You know, so he was saying how, you know, in the beginning when RUM NITTY first started on the battle rap scene, he wasn't really, he was the only one repping Crip, but not hard, and you never seen any other niggas around him. So he say something like, other than Geechee homeboys, I never seen no Crips around him. You put yourself on. You know, then he kept saying that, like how you put yourself on as being a Crip and all, and he was getting under RUM NITTY's skin. RUM NITTY did not like that. So then he goes on to another angle that happened in RUM NITTY's his last battle was with Shotgun Shield, but he was talking about the battle with him and Twerk. He goes, you got emotional over Twerk like you find out your wife a stripper. Basically then he was like, where your handguns, nigga, because we never saw a grown man act out, nigga. He was, you know, he was just going in on Rum in this first round. Then he say, nigga, you punch. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but he was like, nigga, you punch, I got something, we rap different. You throw up C's, I put up G's, we stack different, you know. And then he says, rob him, remove his ice. I like my rum neat. Something like that. Something like that, he says. So, T-Top was on one, he was on 100 in round one. He had bars, he had angles, and he had real talk. And now I see what everybody was saying about when they was judging this, when they was making their predictions, saying how T-Top is like a well-rounded battle rapper. Not only do he have bars, but he have the real talk and the angles, and all Rum Nitty have really is just bars, 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 or punch, punch, punch. So that first round definitely had to give it to T-Top. T-Top definitely took that first round in my opinion. Now we're going to round two. Rum Nitty says, aren't you supposed to pitch on the low? I got to bring the baritone down. So I like the way he said it was nice. Of course he had other stuff with it, but Then he say something like, why the fuck are you running, Cassidy? ... See the mob take out Cass, Dungeon Family. He was all shouting out another person, calling out Cassidy. Here goes Rum Nitty calling out Cassidy. So then he says, I woke up on top, popping, breaking two. Then he started kind of dancing on the stage. I was like, oh shoot, look at Rum Nitty. So then he say some bar, Y and W Nelly, I'm not the one to get friendly with. And the crowd went crazy over that. They actually did that bar. So then he had a few bear references in this round. And then I like when he say something like, y'all thought I was going to do something other than punch? If I triangles on top, it's a Desert Eagle, he says. That was fire to me. So Rum Nitty did his thing in round two. Round two, he definitely did his thing, but I'll let y'all know who I think took it. Let me go to T-Top on round two first. He said something like, you ever seen a fiend get naked? ... And then he said something about Jack Boy veins in his chest, and the crowd went wild over that. Then he says, hold a nickel over his head, give him a high five. Thought that was nice. My locks was shooting out the window. He says, my lokes was shooting out the window like Pop was in the whip. Thought that was kind of fire. Then he goes, how you supposed to be an awesome hero when you still niggas alter egos? He was talking about him calling himself the Gun Line King, basically saying how he kind of stole that line from Tay-Rock, because Tay-Rock called himself the Gun Bar King. So T-Top started stumbling here and there. He had a little bit of filler, but he still had pretty good bars, pretty good angles and stuff. But I had to give that second round to Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty was just better. He was fire. He had stage performance. Every single bar was hitting. Like, every bar was hitting. Everybody was going crazy in the crowd. Whereas with T-Top, he had moments, but he had some fillers and he stumbled. So I had to give the second round to Rum Nitty. So that's 1-1. So I'm like, this is a close battle. This card is becoming really good. So round three, here come Nitty. So I'm thinking all Nitty got to do is have a fire third round. He could possibly win. So I didn't get to write much down because this round was pretty short. All I can say is that he talked about people, he used the angle, I should say, about T-Top's baby mom. Remember how she was found giving fellatio to somebody on the internet? So he was saying how T-Top's crew, the whole NWX, probably slept with his baby mom. So he was talking about that, and he had a few little bars here and there, but he ended it short, and the crowd started booing a little bit at the end because the crowd was mad that he ended it short and that, he didn't really have any good bars like that. So now T-Top took advantage, y'all. T-Top seemed so poised, seemed so comfortable on that stage, y'all. He took off his sweater he had on and he was relaxed. And so he's like, we gonna play a game. Guess where Rum Nitty works? And then he started putting on, everybody's like, huh? He started putting on this hat and this vest. And guess what it say on the vest, y'all? Walmart. I couldn't believe it. T-Top went in on Nitty, talking about Nitty, how he works on a Walmart. T-Top just went in. I had to give the battle to T-Top. T-Top did his thing. He definitely took the first and the third. T-Top, y'all was right. My prediction was wrong. T-Top went in for the kill in that third round. I can't wait to watch it again. All right, so I had to give it to T-Top. T-Top took the win, the first and the third round. All right, back to the battles. Bye.